It's hello from me, and it's hello from him.
Good morning.
Right, it is morning still. It is morning still. Yeah. We're in Vauxhall, London. We're not going gay clubbing, are we? No, we're not going gay clubbing. There's where James Bond works. We've got an action-packed adventure today, actually. We are going to the pub by boat. I think the best way to get to the pub.
Best trip in London.
Yeah, the best trip in London, yeah. Yep. It literally is, yeah. Pop down to the wharf and grab a boat to Greenwich. And when we go to Greenwich, we're actually going to have a bit of a, well, we're going to have a bit of a pub crawl, I think. All right, so we're gonna touch in here, pretty much like touching in on the tube or the bus. Getting ready to head off on the Uber boat. Made it to Greenwich. Victor Meldrew's getting off with us. I knew it.
Hurry up.
Yeah.
Pub to go to.
Yeah. I can't see. You know, as soon as you get off here at Greenwich, it is touristy central.
Go through the bit or no?
We're gonna head this way. Here's the Trafalgar. You know, it's a lovely building.
I like the place. Inside's amazing.
Bit annoyed to hear that council nitwits are trying to potentially stop people from enjoying this outside area, which is obviously incredibly stupid, but you know, and yeah, it's pretty. But very much on the tourist trail. We recommend stopping here, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we recommend stopping there.
Definitely worth having a look inside.
It's worth having a look. It's a lovely building. They've refurbished it with love, and it's a nice experience.
Yep.
It's going to be a little bit expensive for you here, but this is a lovely picture.
Used to be the old George Tavern.
Used to be the old George Tavern. There we go.
Past the yacht. No, yeah. And then we're coming back on ourselves.
We know London like the back of our hands. We've gone past it.
Mr. J. Stephen, landlord of the Pelton Arms, appeared to a summons charging him under the 64th section of the Mutiny Act Built in 1844, named after the Pelton Colliery, sister tavern to the Shortlands Tavern in Bromley. Randomly.
So here we go. It's the Pelton. It looks very, very pretty. I particularly love the tiling. So yeah, Pelton Road, and some lovely lovely flower decoration around it. Yeah, that is a lovely lovely corner looking pub. Really nice. There. We came here yeah, about a month ago. Right, so you're having the 50 from Bexley, which I've never heard of. Look at that. So 50 special bitter from Bexley Brewery. That's right. So we're gonna grab a seat out in the garden.
Does that make sense?
Let's do beer. Right, here we are. Cheers, cheers. Let's get you in there. What do we think of this?
Fruity.
Yep.
Quite pleasant, actually.
That is, yeah.
Nice bit of finish.
Yep. It's definitely a bitter.
A bit later.
Yeah. That's not bad. There's so many, there's so many breweries that we've never had, and because
this is quite warm for a beer.
Yeah.
From what you consider a chilled cellar.
Yeah.
So it's not remotely chilled, and you probably get a lot more flavour from it.
Right. Really reasonable price point. But what is a lovely interior? There's a really lovely courtyard space and garden, and a pub cat. A significant place for live music, and it's important to have places that are doing live music still.
Yeah. I mean, also not just on a Friday, Saturday,
right?
Because what the bands do on the rest of the week,
right?
So if and it attracts a crowd,
yeah, exactly,
or a few people in,
and I think it's it's important now for a pub to, you've got to work hard for your customers now.
Yeah, I suspect they've been doing the live music. I don't know how long, but I suspect they've been doing the live music for quite a while.
So, how much was the beer?
$5.80.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a lovely spot to sit in the sun. We're surrounded by greenery and flowers.
Well kept.
And it's all well kept. And the place is obviously well looked after.
Well, when we came, what was it, a month or so ago, I had a chat with a young lad at the bar, got a wonderful welcome.
Yeah.
Asked if we could come back and do what we're doing.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah. His mum runs it.
Yeah.
A pub cat. Always a good
They got a pub cat. Really lovely outdoor space. If you come into Greenwich, this is a really good spot to stop off at. We weren't planning to, hit other places. I would have quite happily have stayed here for a few more sitting in that garden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. On to the next one.
Yep.
So heading up to the Plume, and now it's really getting that sort of villagey feel. So it backs onto the park, Greenwich Park, Park Vista. Right, hopefully the pub's this way.
Yep. See the sign from here.
We've got all the geographical know-how of Marcus Brodie from Raiders of the Lost Ark. Lovely looking pub. Built in 1961. So literally one of the oldest buildings in Greenwich, and it's still just a village. And look at that, our favourite beer, Happy Days. Captain Bob and Montgomery. It's almost like Montgomery's the assistant to Captain Bob. American Pale Ale, so beer.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We've got our favourite beer here, Harvey's, and Yellowtail. Village pub, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And a lot.
Yeah. Lovely pub.
They do the lot later.
Ah, there he is. Another copper coloured ale. This one's nice and clear. The other one was a bit hazy.
No, it might have been the first couple out the line.
Right. Okay, so Captain Bob, 3.8.
Captain Bob. Right. To Captain Bob.
Absolutely.
Whoever you are.
Yeah. Yep.
Not quite as much to it as the.
It's not as bitter as the last one. I don't mind that.
It's got a bit of finish.
It's a bit more.
Sessiony.
It's a bit more session. Yes. It's what's what I'm looking for.
It's plain drink. It's
nice and nice sort of toffee finish to it. But we could probably have a Harvey's after.
If you really want to.
That's
just to check the taste profile.
that's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a lovely beer.
Cellar cooled.
Yeah,
Nice cellar temp on it.
it's well balanced. That's the word I was looking for. That's what I was trying to search out of my tiny brain. 1691, and
Okay, so
this was not London then. It was Kent.
No.
It was Kent.
This is miles away from London.
Yeah. Greenwich became officially recognised, part of London in 1855.
And you have the Royal Dockyards out in Tilbury and going out towards the estuary, going out Rochester way and things.
Yeah.
When it came to the nitty gritty of building and sort of stuff, I think Greenwich was the bunny.
Right. Cheers. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this actually. It's,
it's going down.
the other beer was okay. It was,
First two out the thing.
yeah, it was a little bit hazy.
Cloudy, but
Yeah.
and it was warm, so it was obviously.
Right. This just feels.
This is cellar.
This is. It has changed names, by the way. It wasn't originally the Plume of Feathers. It was actually the Prince of Wales. So it changed name at some point.
Yeah, which is kind of. I mean, there's obviously a Prince of Wales that nobody liked, so hence you call it the Plume of Feathers, which is the Prince of Wales's insignia.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So therefore, you make it generic and non. You don't get bar fights between royalists and non-royalists and things. So.
Yeah. So I just want to talk about the fact that I'm wearing my Double Deuce t-shirt, which just shout out to fine American cinema. I think Roadhouse is a absolute classic. The
original one.
Yeah, the original one. The sequel doesn't exist to me.
Oh, the sequel's not bad.
Oh, you watched it?
The Gyllenhaal's not bad. No, I watched it.
I didn't watch it. No,
it's not as remotely sexy as the first one.
No, I mean, there's no Wade Garrett in the.
Well, yeah, no.
But there you go. I mean, look, if you had your hair a bit longer, I think Dan would be a pretty good Wade Garrett, actually. Obviously, you'd have to learn how to do that drawl, bit of elocution lessons.
A couple of months in the deep south. So anybody wants to look after me for a couple of months to train my accent?
Sounds more like Higgins from Magnum PI than
all right.
Than Wade Garrett.
Me and a moustache.
We've been quite active. We've been in quite a lot of books recently, and I don't know if you've heard of the YouTuber Jeeves. Not Joolz. Joolz, not Jeeves.
Joolz. I saw the video after someone recommended this to us on Reddit, and I was like, oh, he's got there before, but no, he's very good. He knows his history. Yeah. He's really,
He's not just pubs.
No, he's not.
He likes to talk about.
Yeah, he talks about everything.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Particularly fascinating history here. 1691.
Yeah.
So, that's we've got a couple of questions. Yeah. How much of the original building is still here?
I think the front part. I mean, this fireplace.
The fireplace.
Definitely. I mean, of course, it's had work done to it. That's got to be one of the oldest.
When you sit at the back and you look at them.
Yeah, but we haven't.
The tiles that are there.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when it comes to the actual records of the building structure, there's not much of that.
Yeah.
But there was a pub here in 1691. That that's factual. But
that's interesting because some of them are, they say, oh, we're this old, but they were a pub and then they weren't, and then they became a pub again, and
or inns as they called
it. Exactly. Yeah. So it's
and then they got told off and had license.
It feels like a village pub, and it's full of character, and we actually, Dad and I, we were at the I don't know if you know the Eagle in Clapham.
Yes.
And we had a I actually did an interview with Dave Law just talking about the business right now, obviously the challenges that are being faced.
I mean, the ultimate thing for us, obviously, if God forbid if it gets to that sort of level, but yeah, there's not many ways to cut your costs apart from working more yourself and cutting staff costs.
Yeah, and then you end up doing 18. When I was running pubs and sort of things, I just didn't know enough.
Some of the best nights are those unplanned lock-ins, aren't they? They're just
unfortunately, I had a village green garden with big bushes. So me in the kitchen just used to sit there, and it was a Polish kitchen. And we know it's time to go, not because the sun came up, it's because Lady So-and-so was going to get a newspaper at 6 o'clock in the morning and go, hello, are you going to go over for lunch? I went, yes, just having a kitchen meeting. Yeah. Throwing some new menu ideas around there. Yeah. And you literally stacks of tins of it. And you go, okay. And then you come in later and they just stare at you all day to see if you're going to pass out.
Yeah. Thanks again, mate. Yeah, appreciate that. One thing I wanted to get was the menu. Is the menu outside? The Plume, as well as having a lovely range of beers, is definitely a nice place to come and have some lunch or possibly some dinner.
Lots of people eating.
Yeah, there's lots of people eating here. Yeah, really nice. Highly recommended. I mean,
lovely village pub feel.
Yeah, James's family's been there since 1977. As we said before, really feels like a village pub.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to go straight along here.
Mm-hmm. And trust me,
and
that hill's a lot steeper than you think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we're walking across, we came across the front there to get a view of that. Lots of open space.
Lots to look at, lots of open space, fantastic pubs. You're not allowed to barbecue in royal parks.
No.
So
Doesn't stop them in St James's.
there we are, Greenwich Park. Oldest royal park in London.
You're still not allowed to eat the swans or shoot the deer.
No. Right, so Prince of Greenwich.
No idea.
No research on this one.
What's
So we
it?
pulled this one out last minute.
So we'll bring you. I'm looking forward to it in that case.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Let's go. I think I'm going to have the. Right, I'm going to have the asphalt. What can you tell me?
You're probably better off asking
What's
the
the,
it's a family run.
It's a family run, right? Okay, definitely feels like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, they have a massive collection spans across all the rooms of the pub. Yeah.
So how many rooms are there? I mean, it's obviously this.
Love the
Downstairs
decor.
as well.
And then upstairs.
And upstairs.
It's also an Airbnb. So
I mean,
cool.
we've been, sort of complaining about homogenised pubs that are run by breweries, and this is completely
yeah,
opposite.
it's the opposite of that.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm a bit of a hoarder.
we don't get a rhino's head in every pub.
Oh, sorry.
Present it again.
Good.
And like, they're an Italian family, and like another half of the collections in Italy. Well, it was in Minorca, maybe Spain.
Spain, Menorca, yeah. Yeah, no, my dad's Italian, so I understand I know that it's got that kind of feel to it. You just look at it and go, I've been to bars like this in Italy.
Wow, such a cool place. Right down to the
called Pubs of
furniture.
They're all crazy.
Yeah,
So-
and it's,
Do you have an outdoor area?
No, it's only
It's just inside, right? Okay.
there is an upstairs and a downstairs, though.
Right, okay.
Upstairs.
Upstairs. Oh,
So
okay.
look
Yeah.
upstairs and yeah.
Pelton pubs, red theme.
I mean, when it said museum outside, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it's kind of obvious now.
Yeah, I come from. No, come down. Buy you all a beer.
So jazz and blues kind of influenced.
yeah. My family, they love jazz, so
Right.
we call it the jazz room.
That's very cool. It's very
We
cool.
have live music as well. Sometimes we have jazz,
Right.
blues,
Yeah.
and like a song of people singing.
Absolutely
What you
wonderful.
said the pub was the
Wonderful. Right.
That does the jazz thing.
I love it here. And do you have a
was it the
kitchen as well?
The Morden Arms.
So it's because we are from very Italian.
Have you done a new cross?
So yeah, it's Italian. Yeah, that's
No,
good.
we-
Right. Okay.
Randomly, when we ended up,
So it's Italian owned.
we ended up wandering through,
Pizzas,
and we ended up
probably
coming
some lovely
through
pasta as well.
Deptford, rather
Yeah.
than going back. We came in via Deptford, we left via Deptford, rather than
Really
going
nice.
back into Greenwich. We just sort of wibbled off and wandered through it. It had a really kind of, for me, like a very Brixton vibe.
Oh yeah,
They're kind of very cool, very thing, open stalls, lots of people know each other, that sort of feel about the place.
That's what I'd recommend. Peckham, New Cross, that's
Peckham I know.
Nunhead,
Yeah, Peckham I know.
Ian's, all of that sort.
Yeah, there's so many places we need to get to.
Well, yeah, I mean, a little bit of
I love it in here.
that's great.
It's great, isn't it? God, the place just feels.
So you could have silly shots at any time of the day.
Oh, it's absolutely lovely.
It's not about the food, it's about the pub.
No, I get that.
And so you wander in and you get a hello, and I say, oh, that's nice. And when you go to the West End, they go, oh my God, I'm not another customer. Be fine.
Cheers. So, wow,
Fine.
very nice. Just a really fun place, right? Just again, it's about the experience and it's full of bric-a-brac and
So
you had a terrace or something, you'd be
Oh yeah, it'd be perfect.
stacked out. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They also piqued my interest as a chefy. An Italian chef that does pasta, and you can have any pasta you want. I went, okay. No, Lawrence did say the food was amazing, so.
So we've got two iron.
I went, oh.
Yeah, it was really nice up there, but the neighbours came.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you. Yeah, no, they used to until the neighbours.
Pub number 4. 2 more pints. Cheers. Actually, it's really nice. It's iron pier. Iron pier. Another bitter. Yeah. I mean,
I hate to call it spit and sawdust, but
it's a
it's.
spit and sawdust pub, and I
Yeah, but the thing is when you say spit and sawdust, people say, no. There is nothing wrong with the spit and sawdust.
exactly.
But we've been welcomed. Nobody stared us down. Okay, the guys on the corner looks just a little bit funny, but whatever.
That's all right. This is a sort of place that won't be on anyone's list, so it's good that we're here.
Yeah, and also in many ways, I think we found it on the Google map somewhere. It wasn't rated, it wasn't anything else. It was at the bottom of the list, and it was a recommendation from a barman who said this is a nice place to chill out,
So
and it is.
Yeah, Lawrence from Prince recommended it to us, so here we are.
He did say that it does, it's better when they got the live music on. She said that it was on Thursdays and lunchtime and whatever, and it's a bit more chilled out and things, but it's a sunny day. I mean, look, okay, it sounds snobby, but if you've got cask on, it does kind of lend the fact that at least you've got a couple of customers that are bitter drinkers. Make assumptions about places. Don't make assumptions. Walk in. If you get a smile and you actually get served within a minute or so, rather than them just sort of sitting there ignoring you because they're busy on their phone and stuff, it's like, fine. And then have a chat.
It's independent places, community spaces. I think the pub scene is very, very good.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, sorry, East London, but I think just a bit more interesting.
Southeast, yeah, but also Southeast London. When we talk to everybody, say go Deptford, go Camberwell, go here, and I mean, okay, fine. That's the borders of where I kind of grew up and work.
Yeah.
And things. So
yeah. Community pub, lots of locals. Actually, really nice. Just sitting out front there's a really lovely spot.
Yep.
Lovely time in Greenwich. And we've been to 4 places. 4 places in Greenwich. Morden was lovely finish. If you're watching, you're enjoying what we're doing. Those places, yeah. Tell us if you think we should go somewhere else. Like, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you on the next one. So it's been a lovely time in Greenwich.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to go off and get some food now because we've been drinking all day. Yeah. Right, drinking all day.
ciao for now.
Ciao for now. Thanks, folks. Fantastic, isn't it?